shown up. I keep my hand on my gun, cause they got me on the run. Now I'm back in the courtroom waiting on that.
Welcome to Love Black Culture, and today we're counting down the top 10 rappers of the 90s. Touted as hip-hop's golden age, the 90s features artists that changed the outlook of hip-hop and currently still has the influence on music today. Subscribe, like, and comment the video now, and remember, if you make it to the end of the video, we donate a portion of the profit to charity supporting the black community. Number 10, Busta Rhymes. Not many artists hit the scene like Busta Rhymes did with one of the best features verses of all time on a Tribe Called Quest single Scenario. But when he stepped on the scene in 1992, Busta Rhymes was here to stay and has been a hip-hop fixture ever since. Busta Rhymes dropped several albums in the 90s. His debut album, The Comin', was released in 1996 and peaked at number 6 on the top album Billboard chart. He soon followed that up with When Disaster Strikes in 1997, which peaked at number 3, an extinction-level event. All 3 albums received platinum status. Some classic 90s songs from Busta Rhymes includes Woo-Ha, Do My Thing, and Turn It Up. Number 9, Andre 3000.
Your mama and your cousin too, rolling down the strip on boats, coming up slamming Cadillac doors.
Though all Andre 3000 accolades came as a part of the group Outkast, sometimes the talent reaches beyond the group and forces the world to rank them in higher regard. Andre 3000 is one of these rappers whose styles is a singular and led the legendary rap skills. The music he created helped put the South on the map, and he's often quoted telling the world that the South had something to say. Andre 3000 helped create 3 albums in the 90s, Southern Playalistic Cadillac Music, AT-Aliens, and Aquemini. All these legendary albums peaked at number 20, number 2, and number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 respectively. All these albums achieved platinum status, and the AT-Aliens and Aquemini achieved double platinum status. Some songs from these albums dominated the airways in the 90s were Elevators, Players Ball, and AT-Aliens. Outkast would also go on to dominate the early 2000s, but that's another video. Number 8, Ice Cube.
Gotta thank God. I don't know, but today seems kinda odd. No barking from the dog, no small. And mama cooked the breakfast.
Ice Cube helped create the genre of gangster music in the 1980s, but in the 1990s he started a solo career and became one of the world's most important rappers of his time. He brought the same writing skills to his solo projects. Ice Cube released 5 solo albums in the 1990s, all which went platinum. These include America's Most Wanted, Death Certificate, The Predator, Lethal Injection, and War and Peace. Some of the songs that Ice Cube released at the time were No Vaseline, It Was a Good Day, and Bop Gun. Number 7, Scarface.
Now as I open up my story with the blaze of your blood, so you can fix your thoughts slowly upon phrases I write, and I can walk through the days that are done. I often wish that I could save it.
Scarface is one of the greatest lyricists in the hip-hop game and has been on the forefront of the rap game as a solo artist as well as a member of the Ghetto Boys. Scarface helped put Houston rap on the map and is still currently one of the area's most influential music makers. Scarface released a myriad of albums in the 90s, and we just can't name them all. He released more music than anyone on this list in that period, and they all were quality. Some of the most successful albums were 1997's The Untouchables, the 1994's The Diary, and 1998's My Homies. Some of the most listened songs include My Mind's Playing Tricks on Me, Smile, and I'm Dead. Number 6, Lauryn Hill.
It's been 3 weeks since you were looking for your friend, the one you let hit it and never called you again. Remember when he told you he was about to Benjamins? You act like you ain't him, they give him a little trim to begin.
It could be easily argued that Lauryn Hill could be higher on this list. She created one of the best albums of all time, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. She single-handedly created neo-soul genre. She is the greatest female rapper that ever lived and opened doors for many women, especially the ones who do not want to be over-sexualized. To keep it simple, Lauryn Hill is a legend. She was one of the driving forces of Fugees' best album, The Score, which peaked at number 1 on the Billboard chart and was responsible for the best song, Killing Me Softly. She would go on to release The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, which would be the first ever hip-hop album to win a Grammy for Record of the Year. Miss Hill's skills was undeniable. The album was number 1 on the Billboard Chart 100 and went 8 times platinum. The album provided hits such as X Factor, Doo Wop, Lost Ones, and Nothing Even Matters. It's very possible that this is the best album to ever be created by Lauryn Hill. Number 5, Nas. There is no question about the superstar that Nas is and his ability to rap. Nas is one of the best lyricists to ever live, and he made his splash in the 90s with his first album, Illmatic, a modern classic that is often cited as unprecedented when it comes to bars. Songs like New York State of Mind, The World Is Yours helped push the album as one of the best in the 90s. Nas would then go on to release more #1 albums in the 90s. It Was Written and I Am helped push Nas in the greatest lyricist of all time discussion. In the 90s, Nas released 4 platinum albums and left his mark on the game. Number 4, JayZ.
From standing on the corners bopping to driving some of the hottest cars New Yorkers ever seen, for dropping some of the hottest verses rappers ever heard.
Before JayZ became a media mogul, he dominated the rap game and produced classics that helped him become the next in line to have the crown of King of New York. JayZ released 4 albums in the 1990s, and they include Reasonable Doubt, In My Lifetime, Volume 1, Volume 2, Hard Knock Life, Volume 3, The Life and Times of John Carter, and every single one of these albums achieved at least platinum status, with Volume 2 and Volume 3 reaching 5 times platinum and 3 times platinum respectively. JayZ dominated the New York rap game, which was the most competitive at the time. Some of the best songs that JayZ released during his period was Hard Knock Life, Jigga My Nigga, and Big Pimpin'. As we know, JayZ would go on to further dominate the rap game, but the 90s is where he laid his foundation. Number 3, Snoop Dogg.
With so much drama in the LBC, it's kinda hard being Snoop D-O-double-G, but I somehow, someway keep...
Snoop Dogg was a force in the 90s and was the biggest rapper in the early part of the decade. In 1993, Snoop Dogg released Doggy Style in 1993, and it took over the hip-hop game with a classic album. The album hit #1 on the Billboard chart and went 7 times platinum. The dominance started the songs with Gin and Juice, Lottie Dottie, and Murder Was the Case. Snoop Dogg would follow his freshman album with 3 more albums, with 2 landing at #2 on the album's charts. This includes The Dogfather, No Limit Top Dog. Each album released in the 1990s went at least platinum in terms of sales, cementing Snoop's role as one of the most popular rappers ever. Number 2, the Notorious B.I.G.
To all the teachers that told me I never amount to nothing. To all the people that lived above the buildings that I was hustling from that called the police on me when I was just trying to make some money to feed my daughter.
Everyone knows that this is a hard choice between the top 2 of the decade, and for this list we chose the Notorious B.I.G. There were 2 albums which pushed Biggie to become one of the greatest artists of the 90s. The albums released were Ready to Die and Life After Death. Ready to Die went 6 times platinum and peaked at number 15 on the Billboard Hot 200. Life After Death reached #1 on the Billboard 200 Top Album chart and reached diamond status, which translates to 11 times platinum status. The songs at this times include Juicy, Big Papa, and Who Shot You. Biggie was able to take over the game with his swag, cadence, and flow. Biggie is unquestionably the king of New York, which is impressive given that New York is the birthplace of hip-hop. Number 1, Tupac Shakur.
Sweeter the juice, I say the darker the flesh and the deeper the roots. I give a holler to my sisters on welfare. Tupac cares, if don't nobody else care.
At number 1, we have Tupac Shakur as the best rapper of the 90s, and in our opinion, the best rapper ever. Flow, lyricism, and consciousness helped make Tupac the #1 rapper on the list. Tupac released 5 albums in the 90s. This includes Tupacalypse Now, Strictly for My Niggas, Me Against the World, and All Eyes on Me, and The 7 Day Theory. Each album went at least platinum, with most popular album, All Eyes on Me, achieving diamond status. Tupac was releasing hit after hit. These singles include California Love, Dear Mama, and Keep Your Head Up. Tupac was easily one of the most influential people to ever live and made an impact through his music and movies, but also tried to give game about the world and how people could become better. Do you agree? Let us know in the comments below. Remember to subscribe for more great videos. If you want additional topics, please let us know in the comments as well. Thank you, and talk to you later.